Hey everybody, welcome. I'm quite far away with this cable, and there's a reason for that, because I did something that I wanted to do and it didn't turn out the way that I thought, so here we are. So recently I got a Godox WEC-S Kit 2, which is incompatible with my camera. I don't know what it is, but with Sony you kind of need an adapter to make some things work, but my camera just doesn't like this, so whoops. So now we're left with this little trinket, and you're probably wondering, why do you have a fucking crystal on your microphone? I just thought it was kind of cute, and it's kind of for the throat chakra, so I figured it would work. In all fairness, I'll probably be talking in some of my videos with this audio microphone jack wired, of course, because my camera is poopy sometimes. It's a great camera, don't get me wrong. I've got it refurbished, and I think somebody, when they were selling the camera body, did not mention that the hot shoe doesn't work, so, which is okay because I'm not mad about it. The audio jack on this camera, which is shocking that it works, I say that because this little microphone originally is supposed to sit like this, and the hot shoe mount stays right there. So that's been fun. So I'm gonna see how after this is shot. Apparently it records. Apparently it records through this audio jack and not the hot shoe like I did with the Godox. If you have a Godox and a Sony camera and you got it to work, teach me your ways, because it'd be nice to have a wireless system and like have it clip to the side or something, so it's not just this. I'd be forever grateful. And with that, we're going to be doing an update video, some magical finds of the last month, because the month of March was kind of a pain in the butt, honestly. And April has been getting a little better. Didn't get much sleep because of the full moon this past week, but it's okay. We're still shining like a disco ball. Still shining like fucking gold, so. However, when things are rough, it's usually for a good reason and good transformation tools, so next time you're in a rough situation, remember, it'll get better. It's not gonna stay like that all the time. Today we're just gonna be doing some magical reads and all that other fun jazz, nice and cozy. I might change the atmosphere. It is kind of like very yellow in here. Enough of audio techie stuff. Today we got some books, like a whole fucking pillar of books. There are so many books. The more I look at it, the more I'm like, oh my fucking god, I can't stare at it. Alright, on to the fun part, on to some books. So I have some books and some cards. We have a little bit of like witchy stuff, fantasy, kind of fantasy slash Wiccan witchy book thing. And then we have an oracle deck, which obviously is, I don't need any more. I have a ton. There is a whole entire plethora of books behind me that you can't see because the camera can't focus quite well on command, but it is back there, and it is a lot. Personally, I have a bone to pick with one of the oracle decks, and I might give that one away, but they mean well. Every time I do a reading on those oracle decks, or that deck in particular, it jabs me in the side a little bit. It's like, here's some truth. It's a hard pill to swallow, but you'll make it. I'm like, you're nice. You're so nice to me, sarcastically. I got the Magic the Gathering Oracle set. It's so fucking pretty. I need to get protective sleeves for this because it's so fucking adorable. It is so fucking cute. I shouldn't say it's cute. It's very... Look at that sexy colors. It is a great Oracle deck. I just want to preserve it as much as I can because I know how I feel about shuffling MTG cards. If you catch anybody doing this, I will... It's almost like if someone did the shuffle where you push it down and like you get those nasty white ridges on the side of your card and you're like, fuck, why would you do that? Ugh. Every MTG player's worst nightmare. Don't do that. So we have some 2 cards in the deck. This lantern one is probably my favorite, and then we have the Centaur. Yeah, Be Unstoppable. There's a lot more cards I love in here, but those are the first 2 on top that I was like, oh my god. Yeah, let's show those off. But they're big. They are big. Like, my hands are small and thin, but like fucking chunky. I love it. This has been like my favorite oracle deck so far. I've been very careful about shuffling and stuff, so I'm like, just put it back. Give me the slab. Put it back safe. I've been obsessed with like the Courage the Cowardly Dog meme lately, where you're playing that music and you could just hear in the background. And just holding the cards like that made me feel like a fucking idiot. Those of you that don't know, and some of you that probably do know this already by watching some of my videos, I haven't really been able to like freely talk about this, and I've been really wanting to make a separate video, but I figured I'd just kind of like slap dab it in here. I have a ton of magic lore books, witchcraft books, pagan books, spiritualist books, all over the spectrum, goddess books. And before anyone comes at me with religion, I respect yours. Please respect mine. You can think what you want about me, project whatever, but I'm just going to tell you, love and light, baby. Love and light. That's it. Love and light. I stay in my lane, you stay in your lane, we good. You want to merge into my lane? Be nice. Don't get into a car accident. It's not going to look pretty. Just saying. This took me a lot of takes to make, but I wanted to get that little trigger warning up ahead. Just letting you know, I've been in this game for a long time. Not just a game. I've been in this since like probably my literally like kid years. I just always been involved in learning about this stuff. And it wasn't because of my parents. My dad is more open. My mom was definitely not open. And there's a reason why they're divorced. And just to give a little background, like my mother is very, 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 very religious. And being the person that I am, very rebellious, I questioned a lot of things that she did not like to hear. So there's that. I take things as a grain of salt. As long as you're not hurting anybody, cool. That's all I care about. As long as you're being nice to your neighbor and yourself, cool, awesome. Don't hurt anybody. That's it. So the book that I have is more of a self-practice for witchcraft, and it's called Glamour Magic. Glamour Magic is great. It's by 𝓛𝓲𝓷𝓴𝓼. I just started this like a couple days ago, hence I'm not very far, like you can tell by the tab on there. I haven't read too much of the Glamour Magic book, however, I do kind of have a grasp of like a summary that I could give you. So reading from one of the pages in her book on page 67, glamour doesn't work unless you use it. And the reason why they say that is because glamour is something that is self-made instead of simply gifted to you. This is a thrilling chance to present yourself however you like. Using glamour is an external expression, gives you a chance to create something that you find lovely. It's not about being palatable to everyone who crosses your path. It's about taking up the space your feet land on. It's choosing what you find sexy and what you find beautiful and what you find powerful, even if no one gets it at first, which I've been down that path numerous times. And it can take it can take a while for others to understand your chosen stylistic expression if it's outside of their comfort zone, and that can be difficult to power through. It's hard to be a trailblazer. It's frightening for everyone. It's scary for you to feel more perceived or perceived differently by others than you had previously, and it's daunting for other people to come across if you ever never seen anyone like you. So it's kind of like owning yourself, being yourself, and just recognizing that power that you're an individual. Fuck being the same. And that can go for various other things. Like, I'm not a big busted woman. I have bras and stuff that make me look like I'm big busted, but I'm quite small. And I have tattoos. A lot of people don't really have tattoos that, cover up their whole arm or a blackout or anything like that. And I tend to wear a lot of bright makeup, which is matching the personality of something maybe in the future for hair stuff, because I used to color my hair quite a bit. And here we are, basically owning up to yourself. I'm not someone that you'd see normally on the street. I have a lot of tattoos. I have a sleep token tattoo. I have a blackout tattoo. My whole body is covered in tattoos. I have a blackout leg. I have lots of tattoos and facial things and a lot of stuff that people don't normally have. Yes, other people have tattoos, but I'm just saying, like, that's just a common thing people point out right away when they see me. They're like, oh, you got a lot of tattoos. I'm like, yeah. Yeah. So there's a lot to go down this rabbit hole of glamour magic. It's not all like about making potions and stuff. They do have like some spell work in here, but most of it is like guided meditations for yourself to work on, and it's kind of neat. I kind of like it. There's one meditation about being under a tree out in the forest with your utensils that they talk about in the beginning, and you have to go out and just basically mind dump mind dumping into a journal and just spewing it all out. And if you want to discover your internal magic, this is a great book to have, especially for self-confidence. I used to struggle with that for a while, and I've been doing pretty damn good over the years, and everything works out for a reason. I have no reason to judge other people comparing myself wise, and I'm doing pretty good focusing on my own lane. So the next book I have is Fairy Whispering. It's 111 Magical Practices for Connecting with the Fairies by Karen K. I'm a huge like fairy fan. Like, I love fairies. The brownies, they're called brownies. I know it's an interesting name, but they all go by intention. So whatever you call them, they'll answer to you. Just make sure you're protected and stuff. But they go into this book a little bit more, and I just like the mythical creature aspect of it. So I was like, I'm gonna go dive deep into this. There's just a lot of magical, whimsical stuff in there, and it's not like your typical like, oh, fairies, they just walk around and like cause mischief. No, there's actually a lot of interesting, cool shit in there. Like, there's rituals, there's dressing up, there's affirmations, there's all sorts of things in there. So you like that stuff, go check it out. Up next, we have some fantasy books that are, this is dark smut. I shouldn't call it fantasy. I mean, it is fantasy, but it's one of these I already read, and one of them is the sequel to the next book. So if you guys know me, I'm a huge Karina Holly fan, and this book, oh my god, Black Sunshine, the first book to the series, or like I should say there's only 2 books in there, but there's like a standalone and then there's another duet thing that's totally different. You like vampires? Read this book. You like monsters, demons, and stuff? Read this book. You like dark smut? Read it. There's a lot of cool stuff in there. I also may have tabbed a shit ton. There's a lot of moments that I like, okay? There's also a lot of things I want to go back and read about. Like, for example, there's a coffee brand I want to try. I looked it up. It's real. I might try it. So I want to go back and do that. Personally, I love it when authors do that, when they add like their favorite coffee or like certain gemstones and stuff like that. So Black Sunshine has a lot of that, and some of it portrays in like modern-ish kind of, was it San Francisco? It was somewhere in California again, I'll have to look back. But they also talk about in here, which I should remember by now, but I just kind of got like a mere start on it, like almost halfway. Still got a long ways to go, but the second book is called The Blood is Love, and it goes into the sequel of Lenore and Absalon, or Solon. He goes by for short, and they're on this whimsical adventure about her father and how Solon has a little untamed nature about him that kind of gets a little spoiler, letting you know. So you plug your ears. Solon has a spoiler thing that he needs to take care of, and gets out of hand during a very intimate scene. So there's some of that. I'm just gonna say that. That's it. All I'm gonna say is there's a monster in him that comes out that is seductive and very dangerous. So they're on this adventure, and I'm at a point where some of the chaos is about to unfold. So just letting you know. These 2 books have been so fucking good so far. I'm not done yet with The Blood is Love, but I did finish Black Sunshine. It was a masterpiece. Sorry about that, everybody. My microphone decided to not work at that point, so I'm hoping it works this time. But basically, that book was really fun to read so far, and I'm not done with it yet, so there's a lot more stuff that's going on with it. But that's pretty much all the stuff I wanted to talk about, minus some of the other magical things that I got are not necessarily magical per se. They're more like anime stuff. So there's the Chocobo farm sticker and the power sticker. And the other one I can't really show because it's kind of like X-rated. So that's why I got those stickers on there, so I can just decorate it however I want, and I like it so far. If you like this, please let me know. Subscribe, follow. It's all right there for you. Thank you. If you did already, thank you. I really appreciate you. And I'll probably do more magical finds like this and just do more fun stuff like this, I guess. So that's it. I'll see you next time. I'll probably have more stuff in the future with magical findings and whatnot. So be mysterious, be mythical. Have a great day.